Welcome to our channel where we bring you the most shocking twists, hidden secrets, and dark revelations of Beyond the Gates. Today, we take you into a storyline that unravels with devastating intensity, one that changes everything for Eva, Allison, and Leslie, while shaking the very foundations of the world they thought they knew. It begins in silence, in the dust of an old room, where Eva stumbles upon a secret buried deep within the shadows of the past. Eva's discovery starts innocently enough, a forgotten wooden chest tucked away in a corner of the house. Its lock brittle with time and its surface layered with the kind of dust that suggests no one has dared to touch it for decades. Yet something compels her hands to reach for it, a force she cannot explain but cannot resist either. As she pries it open, a breath of stale air escapes, carrying with it the weight of years gone by. Inside, she finds documents yellowed with age, faded photographs curled at the edges, and a bundle of letters tied with a fraying ribbon. But what seizes her heart and squeezes it tight is a birth certificate, its ink still clear despite the years. The name of the mother, Leslie. The name of the child, Allison. The room instantly transforms from a safe space into a suffocating prison. The walls seem to close in on her as sweat beads on her forehead, and her hands tremble so violently she nearly drops the papers. Her mind races back through countless moments that now crash together in terrifying clarity. The way Leslie's eyes would linger on Allison with an emotion deeper than friendship. The silence that fell whenever family matters arose, the guarded way Leslie deflected any conversation that cut too close to her past. Eva realizes this is no accident. This is the truth that has been lurking in plain sight, hidden beneath half-truths and carefully constructed lies. Allison is not who she believes herself to be. Allison is Leslie's daughter. As the weight of this revelation threatens to crush her, Eva stumbles back, her thoughts unraveling. If Leslie is Allison's mother, then what of everything else they had been told about Allison's family history? Who had raised her, who had pretended to be her parents, and why was the truth so carefully buried? The photographs provide fragments of answers. One shows Leslie younger, her arm around a child whose face is blurred with time but whose features resemble Allison unmistakably. Another captures Leslie standing beside a man Eva does not recognize, his hand resting protectively on the same child. The letters, when Eva finally dares to read them, reveal a story of forbidden love, shame, and sacrifice, a past that Leslie had locked away to protect not just herself, but the fragile image of respectability she had fought so hard to build. The discovery sends shockwaves through Eva's entire being. She understands instantly that this knowledge is not merely a private burden. It is a weapon, a truth that could shatter relationships, destroy reputations, and ignite a storm of conflict in a world already fragile with secrets. She imagines the devastation on Allison's face should she learn that her identity has been a lie. She imagines Leslie's carefully constructed life collapsing in flames. Yet as much as Eva wants to turn away, to pretend she never opened that chest, she knows the truth cannot be buried again. The choice now is whether she exposes it or protects it, and either path will lead to destruction. Her body trembles as memories return, half-formed images that now make sense. The protective fury Leslie once showed when others questioned Allison, the moments of tension that flared between them that seemed to hold unspoken words. Eva now recognizes the invisible thread connecting them, a thread spun from blood, secrecy, and betrayal. And yet beneath her shock lurks a more sinister realization. If Leslie hid this for so long, what else has she been hiding? The chest had been locked for a reason. Secrets of this magnitude are never alone. They are always accompanied by more shadows. Days that follow grow heavier, with Eva carrying the unbearable weight of knowledge. She observes Leslie more carefully, noticing how her eyes soften whenever Allison enters a room. How her voice lowers when speaking her name, how she becomes uncharacteristically defensive if anyone dares to question Allison's choices. Allison herself moves through life oblivious, her world already full of personal struggles, unaware that the ground beneath her feet is crumbling. The irony cuts into Eva. The truth that could answer so many questions for Allison is the very truth that could annihilate her sense of self. It becomes impossible for Eva to act normally. Every time Allison laughs, every time Leslie speaks, every time the family gathers, the secret pulses in her chest like a ticking time bomb. She watches as Allison makes decisions, unaware that her bloodline, her origin, her very name are rooted in deception. She studies Leslie, who plays her role with elegance and control, but behind that mask Eva sees the shadow of guilt, the cracks in the foundation. Leslie has lived her life as if the past could be erased, but Eva knows better now. The past does not vanish. It waits, festers, and eventually resurfaces with a vengeance. As Eva digs deeper into the contents of the chest, more unsettling details surface. Financial records reveal unexplained transactions made decades ago, money exchanged between people who should have had no connection. A letter mentions the necessity of silence for the sake of safety, a chilling phrase that suggests the secret of Allison's birth was not merely shameful but dangerous. Who was the man in the photograph? Was he connected to power, scandal, or even crime? Did Leslie give up her daughter willingly, or was she coerced? The puzzle grows darker the more Eva pieces it together. The weight of secrecy infects everything. Eva's nights are sleepless, haunted by visions of confrontation, by the imagined sound of Allison's voice breaking as the truth is revealed. She cannot decide if she should protect Allison from the knowledge or protect her from Leslie's deception. Either way, Allison will be destroyed, and Eva will be the one to strike the blow. The guilt gnaws at her, but so too does the rage. Rage at Leslie for hiding the truth. Rage at the injustice of a life built on lies. Rage at being forced into a position where silence is as cruel as revelation. The atmosphere thickens as events begin to spiral. Leslie senses Eva's distance, watching her with suspicion, perhaps fearing the inevitable. Allison, caught between their silent tension, feels something is wrong but cannot identify what. Other characters begin to weave unknowingly into the threads of this secret, their dramas colliding with Eva's in unexpected ways. A confrontation seems inevitable, a storm that builds quietly until it can no longer be contained. And when it comes, it will be devastating. Because this is not just about one secret. It is about identity, about the lies families tell to survive, about the cost of keeping appearances. Eva's discovery is the trigger, but the explosion it sets off will ripple through everyone connected to them, dragging the past into the present and threatening to annihilate futures. The chest may have been closed for decades, but now that it is open, nothing can ever be the same again. This is the story that changes everything, a revelation that shifts the very fabric of Beyond the Gates, pulling its characters into a vortex of betrayal, truth, and shattered illusions. And as viewers, we are left on edge, knowing that when the truth finally breaks free, no one will escape unscathed. Thank you for staying with us through this shocking journey. For more twists, secrets, and explosive storylines from Beyond the Gates, remember to follow and subscribe to our channel so you never miss a single revelation.